Hello, everybody. Today in the process modeling workgroup, we touched again on housekeeping and then on the matrix table. This time we spent a bit more time on housekeeping because we are doing this rotational facilitation. And every now and then we come into blockers and misunderstanding. So it's good to have these discussions of how could we improve our rotation and the way we share these quick tasks and expectations, what we want when we do these workshops. So main thing changes were that we now turn these tasks into bundles. So when you do a meeting preparation, you will also do a summarization. And we separated them into two different windows, where one is this meeting tasks. So we can clearly see all of the tasks that were done for this week. Actually, creative work tasks is not done right now. As you can see, it's missing. And then you can see that after the meeting, we will have 3 more tasks to pull out the summaries. So previously, this was listing the previous meeting summaries and this week's meeting, but that kind of confused what is for this week, what is for next week. And now on the right side, there will be more clear indication. Hey, these are the next week tasks. These are just indication to know what are the tasks itself. We don't color code them here on the right side. And then a simple list of who are next. So we can simply, we know, okay, Randall helps to do this. When we copy it over to the next meeting, we will simply move Slate to the next one and into the bottom. And there is also a place for new people to join to the rotation. On the matrix table side, we moved the strategy up above. And basically, as for now, that we think about strategy as how group is adding value to the SingularityNet Ambassador program, and how do you basically position, where is your position of a group in the Ambassador program. So for the seed work group, we address some specific organization problems or quals or tensions, or they're identifying a new problem, qual or tension, and they express a specific purpose. And how do we evaluate this? Basically, we actually added evaluation proposal purpose to all of these programs, workgroup spaces, and seed phrases. And for that, we have an action item to create a new anonymous form to evaluate purpose, and which basically has 2 questions. Is the purpose still needed? And are the workgroup members feeling like they are trying to purpose? So some measure on that form. And the main difference between these workgroup types is that in the seed one, it's up to 3 months. You have time to evaluate the workgroup and approach and see if it's still needed. And then decide are you going to start a new experiment, establish a workgroup space, or a program. So using the seed workgroup to actually move into a higher level workgroup type with more requirements, more clarity, more accountability. All of these workgroup types will have a feedback forum, which can be used to collect information also, which can be used for evaluation. And then an optional thing is that because the seed workgroup may not be using fund requests, then it's optional. But if it does use, then we also check and evaluate are these funds used well enough. And one main difference here is that even if we evaluate that, we don't really, from ambassador side, kind of put the hand, hey, stop this thing. It's more about and need to agree that they discontinues. It's more up to the workgroup members themselves to make that a successful experiment to be able to define future experiments or turn it into a different workgroup or a program. However, if you now do create a workgroup space or a program, then both of them will require, after evaluation, 6 ambassador or workgroup leads need to asynchronously agree to that, yes, this approach is going well and should be continuing. And this will then help to kind of keep their position in the treasury budget and make sure that they will be allocated some funds if these workgroup spaces or programs need that. And one difference here would be that for the workgroup space, as soon as it kind of created, we already evaluated 1 month later, and it turns into this quarterly space where a program which is much more complicated to create and already assumes some processes in place and best practices, then we will start straight from quarterly evaluations and not expecting them to evaluate right after first month. Yeah, this was mainly these updates we had for this meeting, and next time we will continue to fill more and more of this table. Thanks for watching. See you out there.